Morning students, we are back again with a new grammar chapter, that is voice. So let us now move forward to understand voice. Okay? Students, you already know a structure of a sentence, right? A structure of a sentence has a subject, a verb, and an object. You know, subject and object remain constant, but verbs can change, and depending on the type of the verb, the sentence has a tense, right? So what all kind of verbs can be there in a sentence? They can be v1, v2, v3, or ving type, right? So when a sentence is in subject, verb, and object form, then it is known as active voice. Okay, it is in the active form. Now let's move and understand the passive form. We will again write the same structure, that is subject, verb, and object. But the difference is, in passive voice, the object moves to the subject place and the subject moves to the object place along with a by attached to the subject. Sometimes we don't even use by. That is a different case that we will understand later. But this is how we convert active sentence into passive voice. Okay, and there will be changes in the verb forms, that is v1, v2, v3, and ving will change in passive voice. They will have helping verbs. Okay, so let us understand how the verbs will change in the next slide. Let's move to the next slide. Let us understand what happens to the verbs when we convert active voice to passive voice. So in this slide you can see there's a box in which I have written v1, v2, v3 and ving form of verbs in the active part. So when the verbs are in v1 form in active voice sentence and they are converted into passive voice, the v1 take is mr as helping verbs. V2 type verb takes was and were. V3 type verb take been, and VING type verb take being when they are converted to passive voice. Along with it, all the verb forms from active voice changes to V3 form, whether it is v1, v2, v3, ving, they all will be converted to v3 form along with the respective helping verbs. Like for v1 it is mr, v2 was were, v3 been, and ving being. And I know you should know the difference between v2 and v3 verb. V2 is past tense and V3 is for the perfect tense. And how we differentiate between V2 and V3? When the verbs have, has, have, had attached to it, then it is in the V3 form. Like cook, cooked, cooked. So V2 and V3 are same, cooked and cooked. So how can we differentiate between both? If the V3 verb have had cooked along with it, then that means the verb is in V3 form. Okay, if it does not have has, have, had along with it, then it is in V2 form. Now there's one more thing. If the verb is in V1 form and it has some more helping verb or modal verbs along with it, like can, could, shall, should, may, might in a sentence, when it is in active form, then the helping verb we use is be in the sentence when we convert it into passive voice. So let us move forward and understand what happens to the pronouns when they move from subject to object place or object to subject place. Let us move and see in the next sentence, in the next slide. Before moving into the pronouns, one more thing I wanted to tell you, that if in active voice do, did and does are there in the active sentence, it will take helping verb is, am, are, was, were, depending on the tense and singular plural. Okay, now let us move to the pronouns. If he, she, they, I, we, and you are in the subject place in an active voice, and we convert that sentence into passive voice, so he will go to the object place, right? When we convert active sentence to the passive voice, subject goes to the object's place. So what will happen to he when it moves to the object place? It will be converted to him, she will be converted to her, they to them, I to me, we to us, and you will remain same. Similar thing will happen when they move from object place to subject place. Him will convert into he, her to she, them to they, me to I, us to we, and you will remain same. That is why a two-way arrow is shown in this slide. Okay, so let us move forward and see some examples. Now students, let us understand active and passive voice with the help of some examples. In this slide, the first example says, I will clean the house every Saturday. So, first of all, let us find out the subject and object in this sentence. The subject in this sentence is I, because who is doing the work? I is doing the work. And what is the object in this sentence? The house every day is the object. What are the verbs in this sentence? The verb is a modal verb, will, and clean. Clean is in which form of the verb? It is in V1 form. Now, remember what all we learned from the previous slide. The previous slide says that to convert active voice to passive voice, first we move subject to the object place along with a by, and then we move object to the subject place. Then, if the verb is in V1 form, it will take the helping verb is, am, or are, and it will also be converted into V3 form. But if V1 form has a modal verb with it, so in this sentence V1 verb is having a modal verb with it. Will is a modal verb. What helping verb will it take? It will take be along with it. So now let us move forward and change the sentence. So let's move and change it into passive voice. The house will be cleaned. See, the object is coming into the subject place. The house will is the modal verb, along with it what is coming? The helping verb be, and clean is being changed to V3 form. Cleaned, I told you, whichever form the verb may be, it will be converted to its V3 form in the passive voice. Now the subject will come, and it will also have by along with it. By, and the pronoun will change from I to me in the passive voice every Saturday. So this is the conversion from active to passive voice. Now let us move to the next example. The next example says, I was shocked by the letter. Now, this sentence is in passive voice. You can clearly recognize it with the help of the by present over there. And also remember how to identify the sentence if it is in the passive voice and no by is there. How to identify it? When the verb has a helping verb before it. Like here, shocked has a helping verb was before it. So if in a sentence a verb has a helping verb before it, then it is a passive voice sentence. If in a sentence there is no by, how to recognize it? With the help of helping verb, you can recognize it that it is in passive voice. So in this sentence, it is in passive voice. I was shocked by the letter. Let us convert it into active voice. The object will move to the subject place and the subject will move to the object place, right? So now let us change this sentence into active voice. So how will we change? We will move the subject into object place. That is, I will be moved to the object place and the letter to the subject place. So the letter shocked me. We will remove the helping verb because we are converting it into active voice, and I will be converted to me because it is moving to the object place, right? Students, let us understand the conversion of active to passive voice for interrogative type of sentences. Now, there are two types of interrogative type of sentences. They are yes no type and WH type. Yes no type are those sentences when the questions are framed with them, they give yes no type of answers, and these are is, am, are, has, have, do, does, did, can, could, may, might. When you ask question with the help of these question words, they will have the reply always in yes or no type. And the other is WH type, which are those question type words which start with W or H, like when, who, where, what, and how. These are question type words which start with W and H. Okay. Let us understand the conversion for interrogative type of sentences. So interrogative sentences have two types, that is yes no type and WH type. Okay, now how will be the yes no type sentence written in active form? It will be normally written, only the difference is it will have the question words before the subject, verb, and object. For example, if the question starts with has, then it will have first the question word has, then the subject will come, then verb, then object, and then the question mark. So for yes no type questions, the question words will be has, have, do, does, did, can, could, may, might, and many other model words. Okay, now for WH type, the question words can be when, who, where, how, what. These are the question words, and the format will be same. First the question word will come, and then subject, then verb, and then object. So this will be the format in which the question sentence will be written. Now, let us move to the yes no type sentence. So, when we convert yes no type sentences to passive voice, there are some changes which are done. Like for do, does, when we, if the question is asked with the help of do or does, in the passive voice, it changes to is, am, are. That is, if in the question word do and does is there in active voice, then when we convert the question interrogative type of sentence into passive voice, it will take the verb is, am, are in place of do, does. If did is there, we will use was, were in the passive form. For has, have, had, there is no change, and can, could, may, there will be no change in the passive voice. For the other things like object, subject, and verb, it will change normally as it changes from active to passive voice. Like object will come in the subject place, subject will go in the object place, and we, whichever form is in V or verb, it will change to V3 form. Now let us move to the WH type. So there's a note written over here that if the question is asked with who, then it will be converted to by whom in passive voice, and if it is asked with whom, it will be converted to by who in passive voice. Okay, so let's move forward. And if the questions are asked with the help of when, where, what, so there will be no changes, it will remain same in the passive voice. Now here the important part comes, that when the questions are asked with when, where, and what, and you have to convert it into passive voice, there is one change, that is after when, where, and what, there will be a helping verb, or whom, by who. If they are there in the passive voice, what will come next? A helping verb will come. And if there is a model in the sentence in the active form in the question sentence, then a model will come in the helping verb place. Then the other things will remain same, that is object will come to the subject place, subject will go to the object place, and V3 will be there, that is verb will be converted into V3 form. So this is how WH type sentences convert to passive voice. Okay. Let us understand interrogative type of sentences conversion from active to passive with the help of some example. So the first example says, did she recognize you? Now you remember the helping verbs for did. because it is a yes no type question, right? The helping verb used for did was and were. So in passive voice, did will change to was or were depending on whether it is singular or plural. If the sentence has singular meaning to it, then it will have was. If the sentence is making plural sense, then it will have were. So here the subject is she and the object is you. So what will happen? You will move to the subject place and she will move to the object place, and the verb recognize will change to the V3 form because it is in V1 form. So now let us make changes to yes no type of sentence. Did will change to were. You, because it will come to subject place from object place, and remember you does not change, so you will remain same. Recognize will be converted to V3 form, it will be recognized, and the subject place will have her over here with along with by, because subject will move to the object, so the pronoun will convert. So this will be the change. Now let's move to the next sentence. The next sentence says, has someone made all the necessary arrangement? Now in the previous slide I told you there's no changes for has and have when they are converted to passive voice in yes no type of sentence. Only has and have can be converted to has or have only. There will be no other helping verb added to it depending on the singular or plural form in the sentence. So here arrangements is plural. So instead of has we will use have because have is plural. So now have all the necessary arrangements may been. Now why been? Because remember in the previous slide where I was telling you that V1 converts to is am are, V2 converts to was were, V3 converts to been. It takes been. Now V3, what was V3? V3 are those verbs which have has, or had with it. So here you can see the sentence starting with have, so it is having a V3 verb, so it will carry been, the helping verb been here. So been made by someone is the subject, so it will come to the object place. Now let us move to the next sentence. The next sentence says, will you help me? Now it is starting with will, that is a modal verb, so there will be no changes in will, so will remain will. So will you is a subject, it will go to the object place. Him is an object, it will come to the subject place. So will he. Now remember I told you whenever modals are there you will use the helping verb be. So will he be, help will convert into V3 form, that is helped by you in question mark. So this is how the interrogative type of sentence which are in yes no type are framed. Let us understand WH type of interrogative sentences conversion. Now, who gave you permission to enter is the first example. Now, let us convert it into passive voice. So, for who it changes to by whom, and I told you that after the question word a helping verb will come. So here gave in the question is in second form, and you remember for V2 type of sentence we use helping verbs was were. So now by whom, were is the helping verb which will be used next to it, and then what will come, you. Give, why is given written over here? Because gave is in V2 form and it is a verb, it should be converted into V3 form. So given permission to enter. Let us move to the next one. The next one says, what did he say? Now what will remain same, what, and then the helping verb was will come, because for did we use was were. So he is singular here, so we will use was not were. So what was said by him, he will convert to him, right? Let us understand imperative type of sentences. Now imperative type of sentences will always be in we, verb plus object form. there will be no subject in this sentence. So you will understand when I'll give you examples, then you will understand how there will be no subject. So imperative type of sentences are of three types, that is order, suggestion or advice, and request. Now order type of sentences will have let and be. Some addition will be done in order type of sentences to convert it into passive voice. And what kind of additions will take place? That is, let and be will be added to the sentence. For suggestion type of advice, we use should and be. And for request type like kindly, please, we use you are requested to. So for order type, let us see the first type, that is order type. Open the door. Now here open is a verb and the door is the object, so there is no subject, right? So it is in the verb plus object form, as I told you. So how we will convert it into passive voice? We will put let at the beginning of the sentence. So let's make it passive. Let the door, and we will attach be to it. So let the door be opened. Let's move to the suggestion or advice type sentence. So over here we will not add should in the beginning, we will add it in the middle of the sentence. So here the sentence is help the poor people. So it will be help is verb and the poor people is object, so it is again V plus object form. So let us convert it. The poor people should be helped. Should is coming in the middle of the sentence along with the verb be. Now let us move to request type. So I told you we will remove kindly and please when it is in the sentence. Instead of them we will write you are requested to, and the rest the sentence will remain same. For example, please stand up from my seat. So instead of please you will write you are requested to stand up from my seat. Other next than that everything will be same, only you are requested to be will be added to request type of question. Do it for me kindly. So in the beginning you will add you are requested to. Do it for me will remain same, you will remove kindly. So this is where our active and passive voice ends. We will meet in the next class with a new chapter.